Yo, we got WhoCamille stepping in the kitchen today.
Who?
Camille. WhoCamille.
Okay. I like that. Tell me, where did your name come about?
My name came from me trying to rebrand myself on Instagram, really. I just wanted a new Instagram name at the time. And so my name is Camille, obviously. And so I just kind of wanted to incorporate my name. I just wanted it to be Camille. Beyonce, that's what I was thinking. Of course, somebody else had it, so I'm like, all right, y'all got it. And then I did Camille, somebody else had that. And then I just kind of started putting random words in front of Camille. And I liked who, because it can add the who, it's a question. And then now when I introduce myself to people, a lot of times they think I'm asking them a question. I can be like, no, that's my name, WhoCamille, so WhoCamille, all one word.
That's dope. Being from Baltimore, or let me say Maryland, I don't know if you're actually from Baltimore, but being from Maryland, how is the music scene up there differ from it being in Atlanta, and how often do you incorporate music from your hometown into your music now?
Well, the biggest difference is the size. You know what I'm saying? Is how big the music scenes are in the city. In Baltimore, it's smaller, it's more tight knit. I would say it's easier to get in contact with certain people. And Atlanta is like the world of music. You know what I'm saying? The world of hip hop, of rap at least, is so much bigger. There's always something to do. A lot of things, events, open mics, showcases, performances, festivals. They're on the weekends at home in Baltimore, DC. But in Atlanta, it might be a festival Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's gonna be packed. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many more people who are engaged with it. I also think the sounds are different. You know what I'm saying? Like Atlanta sounds. That's the thing, though. Atlanta's such a melting pot of creatives.
For sure.
That you get so many different type of people with different type of sounds. Somebody from St. Louis might be at the showcase. Somebody from DC might be at the showcase. Somebody from New York might be there. Then there's gonna be 20 niggas from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? At home, if you in DC, a lot of times, add both show in Baltimore and DC. I'm from a place called Columbia. It's right in between. So Baltimore is like 20 minutes north and DC is like 35, 40 minutes south. Okay. So I'm right there. So I'd say DMV, Maryland.
What?
But and so at the shows at home, it's usually like DMV, like DC, Maryland, Baltimore, Silver Spring, Columbia, Howard County, Montgomery County, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're not gonna find people from out of state coming to perform at these shows, Also, there's not a lot of executives down there. There's not a lot of there's things like the cook-up, you know what I'm saying? For the sake of the artist, but when it comes to, showcases and there's A&Rs there, or there's a president of a record label or studio, radio stuff, that's not really, you don't really see that like that. But I fuck with it. I like performing at home, for real. I like performing here too, though.
Okay, dope.
One reason for doing music?
My number one reason for doing music. My number one reason for doing music is I just love, I love seeing people get excited about it. I love seeing the reaction of other people to my music, really. I enjoy doing it, but seeing other people really fuck with my music is it's something that I've never experienced. When people come up to me, even if I know them, and they tell me they're proud of me for the sake of it being music, though. It's not like I'm working the city, because I'm different in the sense of this is my job, right? And so this is what I do. This is all I do, right? And so, I see my friends and people that I know I went to school with, and they going here, they doing this with their job, they getting promotions, they secure, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But then they see me, they be like, girl, you living your dreams. It reminds me that I am living my dream. Even though they have all these things and they're doing these things and they're going all of these places, while I might feel stagnant because of my line of work and being a creative and kind of doing it from the ground up on my own without really mentorship or a boss over my head saying you need this done by this done. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm on my own, kind of. You know what I'm saying? And so it's giving early dementia. Lost my point.
What do you feel first sparked that interest?
Oh.
Music, like that's something I want to do.
I mean, music, I grew up in church, so I mean, music's just always been a part of my life, right? I think music is a part of most people's lives, right?
Yeah, true.
But I had a homeboy named Dash who does music, or did music, really. He's not really into music like that no more. But he would ask me to sing on his hooks, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I can hold a note. I can't really sing for real. But I would do them, and then one time there was a song that I really enjoyed. It just got me super hyped. It's called WhoCamille by Chance the Rapper. Y'all know that song? No? Okay, look it up. It's called WhoCamille by Chance the Rapper, and I remember just hearing it, and it was just so upbeat and so hype and so fun. I'm like, damn, that shit probably was fun as shit to do. And so I went to the studio with my homeboy Dash, and he had a little leftover time, and I had written a song. And that song now is Houdini on my first project. Copper and Carbon, available on Apple, Tidal, Spotify, Google Play, and YouTube. Copper and Carbon. And so I went in the studio and I recorded it. And for the engineer to be able to just hit a button and play it back, I was like, oh shit, like this is quick. Like this, you know what I'm saying? This doesn't take all that I thought, even though I've been in the studio with my homeboy, like it was little makeshift studios, but this was the first time we was in an actual studio. And so for it to be, I guess, just me, and then like I've written it, you know what I'm saying, and just to hear back in hindsight, it was trash then. I mean, that was years ago, but that's kind of how I really got into it and started taking it for real.
What's your process when recording, and what do you prefer? Do you prefer like the bigger studios, or do you prefer like that kind of gritty, grimy, at the crib type feel when you're recording? What puts you in that mode?
Well, I think I prefer, what do I prefer? I prefer, it's really about the people there. It's not really location, honestly. It's about the people, it's about the mood, you know what I'm saying? There might be some time I'm like, oh y'all, I got a studio session that start at 9, you know, I'm gonna be doing some little stuff and we're gonna come at 10 o'clock. And it might be, say 6 people come as my homegirls, we drinking, we lit, you know what I'm saying? That's a different vibe. Yeah. But then I might just need to be locked in with my engineer, you know what I'm saying, or my producer. And really, it might just need to be me and him in the studio because I need to focus. You know what I'm saying? Or just even, I think a lot of times when outside people come to studio sessions, they think it's cool because it is cool. And they see kind of how everybody else engages. And then they start giving their little 2 cents. And, you know, that's cool. But, you know, I trust the people that I trust. And, you know, it's about getting the work done. So, I gotta do that.
Who's your top 3 music influences?
Top 3 music influences. First is Beyonce.
Shout out to the Beehive.
Yes.
Beyonce.
Shout out to the Beehive. Number 2, top 3 music influences. Number 2, back in the day I was a Wayne head, so we'll put him up there. Okay. And that's not like from anything like, you know, I'm not into that cancel shit. That's just like back in like high school, middle school, it was like, oh, that's what we doing. Even college. That's because he raps so fucking much and so fucking good. So that's number 2, Lil Wayne. And then number 3, I want to get a singer in there. Well, I already got a singer in there, Beyonce. We got Beyonce, we got Wayne. My 3rd, what'd you say, influence? I'm gonna have to put some music behind me. Am I thinking?
Insert this here.
I think for the sake of being a female rapper, honestly, Nicki Minaj, because she just goes into so many different pockets and is not afraid to try shit, and she just spazzes, and
Give
her music is just, you know, she's Nicki Minaj. You can't deny that.
Nah, I give her her flowers. She will take them. She's going one of them damn rants. Shout out to the Barbs.
Yeah, that's the Barbs. Shout out to the Barbs. Y'all know y'all gotta show the Barbs love. The Barbs don't play. Y'all think the Beehive crazy. The Barbs don't play that.
Hey man,
they gonna smell this video and find it and go straight to this part.
Piggybacking off of the last question, if you was to be able to do a concert and you could have any 3 artists you wanted, who you taking with you?
This is a tour.
This is a tour.
Right now in 2023.
No limits.
There's no limits for who I can bring with me on this tour.
Who you going on tour with?
If I'm doing a tour right now.
The first person got to be who opens up for you.
Who opens up? I mean, I'm assuming that I'm gonna headline anyway. So
of course.
This is yours.
Let's see. Who do I want right now? I think for the sake of, okay, we want a little Uzi on there, okay? He gonna get the energy. Uzi gonna get the energy going, okay? But it's gonna have body.
I ain't gonna lie. That's the only nigga I let
Uzi gonna be on
Uzi
there.
close my shit. His shit so his energy so crazy.
We're gonna get Miss Doja Cat on that lineup.
That's
And then
she don't know how to miss. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, she don't. She don't miss it out.
And then I think I want to take it back. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of in a new pocket right now, but I want to take it like someone that will come out and just like go crazy, or that the crowd will really go crazy for. A third person, the two. We got Uzi, we got Doja, and then of course I have all these notes in my phone, right? And then we'll say, I mean, let's just get super unrealistic and be like, Jay-Z comes out. I mean, that's so unrealistic, but like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but even with that lineup, that's kind of all over the place. But
I mean,
Jay-Z's not doesn't fit in there for a tour. I mean, he does fit, but for the sake of it being, I done said Uzi, I done said Doja. I need somebody else. Like, the only person I'm thinking literally right now, for the sake of like camaraderie in a moment, is Glorilla. Cause like I got one. I'll say Cardi. Yeah, Cardi
Either one of those would be fucking.
Cardi be the third one.
Uzi, WhoCamille,
and Doja Cat.
Doja, yeah.
Special performance by Glorilla.
Yeah, no, that's
and they do tomorrow.
Yeah,
that would be too hard.
That would be sick. No lie.
Not gonna lie, that's
that kind of sounds like a good little festival.
What we naming that?
Uzi, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Uzi, Doja Cat, Cardi, and WhoCamille. We gonna name that.
What we naming this tour? Cause that's tough.
What we naming the tour? Yeah, the name of the tour is the Who's. Oh, also, by the way, that's on the side. I don't know if y'all heard that, but that's Escanelli. So Escanelli is basically, it's a one-man team at this point. WhoCamille, Escanelli, we get to it. And so he does production, engineer, he writes. If y'all need people or somebody for that, get him my guy Escanelli. Management, brand strategist, ideas, he does it all. What was I about to say? The Who's. And so that's what the tour is. The Who's tour. And then also, you know how like we got the Beehive and the what we say, the bar.
Everybody.
I was wrong. Like my group, my fan club, the Who's. That's what it's called.
That's
Whoville.
It was gonna be in Whoville. That's when somebody said that. I was like, okay, wintertime, I gotta be on that shit. We can do some shit. We can cook some Whoville shit up. Dr. Seuss. Alright, hold on.
Sound like you want to pull up on the game again.
Like the cookout, okay?
So you're doing an album, right?
Say it again.
So you're doing an album. Probably the album is the Who's album.
The Who's album.
Who's the 3 people, or let's say 4 people, anybody that you would want to collab with? It don't matter the influence level of the artist.
Okay. Who I want to collab.
Dead or alive?
Okay. If we could go back in time, for the sake of Dead or Alive, we're gonna definitely go back to what 1996, and we're gonna get Biggie on that track, right? You gotta do that, right? So we're gonna do that. So that's 1, 2. Jasmine Sullivan, because she be sitting her fucking ass off. I was listening to her on like a tiny desk on the way here. Like this bitch, I had to take it back like the first 15 seconds, and she was like speaking, but she would bring little runs into. I'm like, bitch, she too good. So we got Jasmine Sullivan, Biggie. You said 3, right?
4.
Okay, Jasmine Sullivan, Biggie. Obviously Beyonce. She's gonna always be. That's just like, to me, I don't even be saying that. I mean, I say it every interview, but I always feel like it's just such a
no-brainer.
Like I'm saying, like yeah, like Beyonce.
Trying to diamond, ain't you?
Yeah, and then my 4th one. For an album, for a feature, if they like, hell yeah, we're gonna do that shit. I feel like I'm trying to go to a different state. Let me think Atlanta.
We can get Thug on Zoom call.
Yeah, you know what? That's on a list in an old notebook. That's only, I feel like I just be not. I don't. And Young Thug.
No, for
real, Young Thug. I love that. But you know what? It's funny. It took me some time to fuck with Thug because I was so much of a Wayne fan. I'm like, no, fuck this nigga. Like, you think you Lil Wayne?
It's not hard to like Thug if you like Wayne.
Yeah, it's not at all.
If you're looking at the aesthetics of the beef, or you know what I'm saying, that little but.
I mean, but that's also old, and that's what I'm saying. Like then,
Wayne,
I was kind of like
to a degree.
That's what's going on. Yeah. So what we say? Thug, Beyonce, Biggie, and Jasmine Sullivan. Yeah. All on separate songs. That's not one long crazy song. Although it might be crazy.
That's a crazy line though. Just
so you shooting the you know what I'm saying, the cook up, we get a little exclusive of your track with Beyonce, and we put it on our playlist. What's the name of that joint?
Big Myself Up.
Big Myself Up. Hey,
that's hard.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Yeah. She's gonna go crazy. She gonna do that rap scene verse thing she do, and you know, I already know. Yeah, you know, she got some ones she go
She had the song title ready.
Yeah,
she know what song she
already know what
I know it's what she wants. Right, okay.
That's hard.
I'm telling like, cause one of my brothers that like made me, he bombards me with Beehive Business and her music and stuff. Right. So it's like, soon as you said that title, I heard her going fucking crazy. So nah, that's dope.
I like that question for the sake of the other three. So then what would I think? I got a song.
You got little.
I think I have a song called IDGAF. I don't give a fuck, and I think Thug would be good on that part because as of right now, again, it's the writer on there. So I think Thug would do good on that part. Who else we said? Biggie, and who was the other person? Jasmine Sullivan. Oh, Jasmine Sullivan could do. I got a song called Ice on My Line. And she would do good on that hook. And then Biggie can pick whatever the fuck he want to pick. No, I'm just playing. Let me see what song I would put Biggie on that I got right now.
Baby.
I got a song called oh no, I'm thinking maybe Boss. I'll put him in. It's a song called Boss Lady or Club Love. And Club Love sounds it's slow, but I would just like
Biggie's versatile.
Like hear him. Yeah, exactly. He'd be able to tweak it. Yeah, he'd be able to tweak it.
What you need.
So.
I named that shit Notorious Who. You know what I'm saying?
Notorious Who.
But when people talk about like blowing up, right?
Go ahead, one more time, talking about blowing up.
Yeah, when people say they blow it up or they blow up in the music industry, like what is your definition of blowing up?
Oh, when your song, at least in 2023, when your song is a trending song on TikTok and Reels, and because of that, right, or Beyonce uses your song in the background of one of her videos where she's just taking pictures, because that's how a lot of people really got put on. You know what I'm saying? Like or got bigger. I'll say that because like for the sake of Bia and Russ, that song I got drip on the floor, it's getting nasty. Whatever that song, I like the way she were. Like Bia was already had a song with Russ, so she was doing her shit. But then once Rihanna walked to it, it was like, this is Bia, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so I think songs like, I mean, Fuck Nigga Free went viral. You know what I'm saying? It was just, it became, and it was at the perfect time. Dropped that shit in May. Okay, so we learning it, we letting it warm up until it warm up. And now it's June, and now it's July, and we all know it. And now we're nominated for a Grammy 8 months.
Sometimes you'll eardrum away.
Yeah, that's it.
What's one of your favorite like lines that you know what I'm saying, came with in a song where you kind of surprised yourself, like, damn, that was.
I have one song that you said line, we'll get back to that, but I have a song, an old song, it's on my first project, Copper and Carbon, again, Copper and Carbon on all streaming platforms. It's called Alphabet Niggas, and it was inspired by Lil Wayne Alphabet Bitches. And so I just really love the whole song because it's just so conceptual, and so I just go through the alphabet and have a little catchy hook, so that's one. I mean, shit, I'm really fucking with, I ain't from the hood, but I be there like I'm new. Good vibes only, I ain't fucking with that juju. You know what I'm saying? Just cause it's like, I mean, I'm not like, honestly, like that's really That's what it's giving. I'm not trying to claim no shit. I'm
Nah,
telling my
like,
truth. I don't got no trenches rep.
Even-
I don't got no out the mud story for y'all. Sorry.
That was dope, and I really feel like it set the tone with the song.
So.
Like,
Definitely grabbed the ear with
you
the
know what I'm saying, with the beat and everything. Yeah, nah, that cadence was dope.
Hold on, I got one more. I feel like, hold up. Let's see.
Hey, Drake used to pull out the Blackberry.
Oh God.
I don't know. You know, the song, I got a single out now, also called Ate It Up. And I just really like it. I say, pull up, hop out, stunt on them. If they looking for the smoke, I got the runs for them. Kickstarter for the haters, I be punting them. And I'm all about my Benjis like I'm puffing big. You know my body, I'm every bit of naughty. He only get the box if he rich like Roddy. I be kicking shit, chopping shit down like karate. Beam me up, beam me up, beam me up, Scotty. Where the grills at? Heard they say I ate it up, and that's a real fact. Hit my sissy out in London, send that drill pad. Now pill back on the bill stack. Counting up the cash, yeah, WhoCamille mad. So.
Okay, so that Scotty line, was that a double entendre for Scotty ATL too?
Absolutely.
Okay. I just had to point it
That
out.
is absolutely what that was,
I
right.
know that'll go over some of our audience heads, you know. Beam me up, Scotty. Then, yeah. Shout out to Scotty ATL.
Yeah, shout out Scotty ATL. I did the tour that they did on the December 30th, his Show Your Girls tour.
Okay.
And you can find my performance on my YouTube page, WhoCamille.
Let 'em know.
Okay.
Speaking of performance, we saw you perform not too long ago at the Meet the Underdogs. And your stage presence was just so crazy. You were so comfortable. You got up there, you just did your thing. Like, how long have you been performing? Like, how do you get in your zone?
I started performing in 2019. So when I told y'all about that song Houdini in the studio, that was like August 2018. And so that was like early. And I put that up on SoundCloud. And then I put another song out called Moet in January. That was on SoundCloud again. And I wasn't performing then. And then I came out with a song called Counting Up the Cash in May. And so I was like, okay, bitch, what you gonna do? Like, you just gonna keep like dropping these songs or whatever? And so that's when I started working on Copper and Carbon. And then once I had that, that's when I really started performing. Because I felt like I had a little catalog or whatever, right? I got a few, well no, not really. It was just all of those, there's no other singles because it was just those songs. It's 8 songs, but I performed in, my very first show actually was a paid performance in another state.
I don't know who
My
can
very
say
first
that.
performance
Right,
was a
my
paid
first
performance in another state, yeah.
My first performance was in front of 3 people.
I'm trying to think back. It was in Tampa. I fuck with Tampa too. Shout out
Shout out to Tampa.
Yeah, shout out to Florida. Shout out to FAMU. Bradley's be out here.
So I'm peeping your drip or whatnot right now. Where do you get your fashion shit from?
I like to be comfortable. I like color. I like to stand out because I'm outstanding. I just like to be fly. Sometimes I'll be trying to put stuff together and it just does not look like what I thought it was going to look like. Sometimes you got to put something else on, take it off, add a little extra, change the lip gloss, change the hair. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. It's like, it's really with women. I mean, guys too, though. Y'all have hair. Y'all style y'all hair nowadays. It's a little more leeway. You know what I'm saying? It's not just low cuts, you know? And so guys, but women, you know, we be trying to switch it up. Hair, nails, makeup, jewelry. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to up it a little bit, but I be trying drip.
And touching bases back on the fashion thing, I see and I hear the line about Telfar a lot. And I know when we were at the Meet the Underdogs performance, you had a story for us about how they flew out the fashion
Okay,
week.
yeah. So, my song No WID, which is a single that I put out in 2020, which is on Apple, Tidal, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube. Feel free to go look that up. I got a music video for this one, No WID. And so, in the song I say, he Telfar bagging me. There's my prop.
Hey.
I say he Telfar bagging me. Put it on to make him want to marry me. And so really what it was is at the time the bag was just blowing up. Like over quarantine, Telfar, like out of nowhere, I heard about this brand and it just popped out of nowhere on Twitter. Like all my homegirls was talking about it and I like the brand and they black owned and it's LGBTQ plus owned and like supportive, and so I'm like, I'm fucking with this, like, you know what I'm saying? It was affordable, you know, and it was the it thing going on. It was a trend. Honestly, it was like a hot trend that was affordable. A lot of high trends aren't affordable, and so you got to get a dupe, or you got to go to the flea market, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you could get this.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it was almost like a lottery. Like, it sold out super quick. They only made so many. But it was just, you know, because of it being like a lottery, it's like the whole thing is like, oh, I gotta get it. And so for the line to be, he Telfar bagging me like, that nigga went on that site, bitch. Yeah, he got that bag, okay? He Telfar bagged you. Put it on to make him want to marry me. You know, shout out to Rashida for that. Put it on to make him want to marry me.
Oh my God.
And so with Telfar, they actually invited me to their fashion week in 2021. And so I went up to New York and I went to their press conference and I met Telfar Clemens, that's the founder and owner, and he told me that I had his favorite Telfar song. And he rapped the lyrics, like he knew what was going on. I'm like, okay, let's get it.
Okay, that's super dope.
So shout out to Telfar and shout out to Telfar Clemens.
Shout out to Telfar.
WhoCamille Telfar, though. Hey, but what I say, when it comes to WhoCamille, what are your ingredients? What do you feel are the ingredients that make
foundation, star power, personality, quick-wittedness, wittiness. I think I'm so open to a lot of things because I've seen a lot of things. And I mean that more like an exposure way. Like I said, I don't got no deep trauma story for y'all, sorry. But I've seen a lot of things. I've experienced a lot of things. And so I know that there's a lot to do and there's a lot for people to see. And so I'm just kind of open to, you know, and just letting, I like to work together. I like to get people, you know, I'm working with y'all. I'm here on stage with y'all. I want y'all to work with me. You know what I'm saying? And then the same way to cook up, I won't work with y'all. I just try to be, you know, try to be personable. Try to be real, authentic. I just try to be me. I don't try to be nobody else. I might try, you know, I might do a little bit like earlier when we were doing my drop, you know, but that's just like the initial, there's a camera in your face, go type of thing. And then it's like, okay, girl, get over that. Like, you just be yourself. And so
you say like, just not having that traumatic experience or like experiencing like facing, you know, poverty or anything else that's like triggering like that, you do feel like that leaves you more open to things and the experiences and stuff as you move?
I'll say that I've been aware for a long time that there's a lot to do and that there's money to be made, and that whether I was the hard worker from, you know what I'm saying, my parents and everything, but I just always knew that there's access to it. It's accessible. You know, it's not so far-fetched to have money or to have nice things or to drive a nice car. And so, you know, just knowing that the possibility is there and knowing that you have a chance, and really something that we all know that's like it's taught to you as a child, and that, you know, everybody says they do, is really believing in yourself. And I think recently, honestly, I've kind of been dealing with, you know, questioning it. Am I doing the right thing? But it ain't nothing else for me to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have ups, you have downs. It's a journey. Being an artist, being an independent artist, is definitely a journey. And so, you know, you question yourself, you wonder, is it gonna work out? Like, you know what I'm saying? How is it gonna work out? But then faith and just and leaning on who you are, remembering who the fuck you are, and that this is what you chose also. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another thing, is that you must be feeling chosen. Like the chosen one. It's like but for real.
That's lit. So, last but not least, man, let these folks know what you got going on. What can they expect next from WhoCamille?
What is WhoCamille cooking?
All right, WhoCamille is cooking a few things. But one more thing that I wanted y'all to tap into before we get up out of here is the campaign is still going on. It's the Mad Slutty campaign between Slutty Vegan and Steve Madden. Pinky Coda, CEO and owner of Slutty Vegan ATL, merged up with Steve Madden. They dropped a sneaker. It might still be on the website. I was in the campaign. I'm a model, or I was a model for the campaign.
Okay.
And because also the reason I got down to Atlanta from Maryland is I won a slutty vegan jingle in 2020, and then it basically just snowballed into something bigger. She's getting into music and production, and so I'm Pinky Cole and Slutty Vegan's first artist.
Shout out to
so
Pinky
that's,
Cole.
you know, shout out to Slutty Vegan, shout out to Pinky. And yeah, so y'all be on the lookout for that because they moving. So we on the way, okay? But also, I want y'all to check out my new single, Nunu, okay? Like I said, I ain't from the hood, but I be there like I'm Nunu. It should be on all platforms, Apple, Tidal, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube. If you want to see it, it's out on YouTube. I got videos. I got some shows coming out. Follow my Instagram. That'll let you be posted and know everything I got going on. It's at WhoCamille, WhoCamille. Again, I got music on all streaming platforms. Tap in with my Instagram. I'm available to be booked, to do verses, to write. What y'all want to do? Let's work. Let's grow. All we do is work.
And there you have it. Fresh and hot out the pots. Another episode of the Cook Up.
Whoop, whoop.
Camille. It's a pleasure having you.
Who?
Thanks, y'all.